This segment of Panther Sports Talk is brought to you by Lincoln Savings Bank. At home in Iowa, at work for you.
Welcome back to Panther Sports Talk, putting a wrap on the fall sports seasons on this show, and we're joined here with the Missouri Valley Conference Coach of the Year and the Panther volleyball coach, Bobbi Petersen. Coach, just several months ago, we were sitting here inside the McLeod Center previewing the season. So many question marks, only returning 2 players with any playing time, and you still go out and win a conference title. Still a special year for the Panthers.
It really has been, and I think, the biggest thing, we had a lot of adversity. We lost a lot of players along the way, maybe not all at once, and I think the biggest thing about this group is that from day one, they just said, we don't want to hear the word rebuilding. We don't want that on us, and so I was just really proud of from day one their effort, and it starts, last spring when they're working hard and kind of working hard for things that you can't really see yet because it seems like months away, but they just really put a lot of effort into that spring season and then maintain it during the summer, which is a big part of it. So just really proud of the effort of these kids and different people stepping up and being able to find roles that they obviously were not used to, but really fighting hard for.
Yeah, we had a lot of underclassmen step onto the court, and they stepped up and performed.
They did, and when you look at the newcomers, everybody in my mind was kind of a newcomer. Obviously, they've been training in our program, but it's just such a different thing to be on the court against an opponent and in front of a crowd, and a lot more pressure than those practice situations. And obviously, we've seen a lot of talent in the practice atmosphere, but being able to take that to the court is a totally different thing. And so even our juniors like Erica, stepping up, she's kind of a young player in terms of experience. So every single one of our kids that was on the court besides Macy and Shelby was that inexperienced player. So just really proud of them all.
You talked about the crowd, and this McLeod Center was rocking. Panthers again finished top 10 in the nation Division I volleyball for attendance, and that's, talking to the seniors and what they're going to miss. They really said playing in front of the home crowd.
Yeah, it's been so amazing, and I think after every home game, that's the first thing that I said at the press lunch, and thank you so much for coming out, because it's definitely something that we don't take for granted. We go places, and it's not like that. Even some of the Big Ten schools we go to play at, it's not like that. So when you say top 10, that's everybody in the nation, and our crowd is so supportive. It's not just the numbers, it's true support. They really care about what we're doing and how we're performing, and I know it puts a little bit of pressure on our kids at times because they want so badly to perform well for our crowd, but the kind of pressure that it's good to have for sure.
Before we turn the page and look to the future, just graduating 2 very special seniors in Macy Ubin and Shelby Kinsel.
Yeah, I'm just so proud of those 2, and obviously they've had great careers, both very different careers, but both, in my mind, very good stories. Macy walked on, there was periods in there where I didn't know if she was even going to make it, and then she ends up being an all-conference performer and a big leader, and then obviously Shelby's role continued to just be more and more each year. But both of them this year, we just put so much more on them in terms of production and what they're giving to us on the court, but also to step up as leaders and to find a way to get this team to come together and perform. And they both just really had to get out of their comfort zone a little bit for that, and I think that's one of the things that I'm most proud about them.
So why do you feel like these underclassmen really got a lot of valuable game time experience, and they're going to be better even next year?
Yeah, and I think, the experience of being able to do well, I just think has made them even hungrier. Obviously not being able to be in the NCAA tournament was tough for everyone, but I think it left that pit in their stomach, and then also having the success that they had as well, I think is just motivating for them going into the spring. And they all know they're going to be working hard in the spring and getting better than what they were the year before, and I just think the potential is really high for this next year's team.
What are some of the areas this team really needs to work on to have a successful year, just like this year winning a conference title?
I think, one of the biggest things is just our transition out of defense. I think that was the thing that hurt us the most this year. Even against Southern in that last match, we were digging a lot of balls, and we actually slowed down the offense that we hadn't been able to before, and just being able to transition and get confident swings out of that. So that's probably the technique part of it. Obviously there's issues, just with always going out there and being confident. they have a lot of reason to be confident when they step on the court, and hopefully they'll see that going into next year.
Final thoughts on the 2013 season?
I'm just so proud of our team, and just not just the effort, but just what they've been able to do. In the classroom, they do it. They're very big in the community. They love being around kids and being around community events, and that's a big part of what we do too. So very proud of that side of it. But I just hope that they can look back on the season and all that they were able to accomplish and be very proud of this year.
It was a special group. It was fun to follow them. Congratulations to you, Coach of the Year, and conference title, Bobbi.
All right, thanks, Eric.
Plenty more Panther sports talk right after this.